I hope that all of you got the scores. Okay. Well, it was an impressive performance this time, okay? And Zoo, I know that you are a Luminous student and your answer were very profound, so an amazing job by you. So excellent. Okay, so let's start the topic which we are doing. It is about separating techniques, okay? Well, lastly we talk about that what's the difference between solvent, solution and mixtures, okay? Now today we're going to talk about how we can separate solute and solvent, or different types of solvent, or different types of solute, or solute from solvent and solvent from solute, and the techniques which we use here. Today we're going to study that. Is it clear to all of you? I am telling you that this is the most interesting and easiest chapter among the whole book. Okay, so just stick with me and we will make to it. Okay, so the techniques which we have, it is filtration, decantation, distillation, chromatography, centrifugation, magnetism, magnetizing, and crystallization. So these are the techniques which we will focus in IGCSE. Okay, so let's move on to the first one, and the first one which we have, it is magnetizing, okay? Magnetizing, yes. Okay, well, magnetizing is simple technique. Just imagine that you mix sand and iron together, okay? And you made a mixture of it, okay? Sand and iron. Now, if you want to separate iron from sand, what you're gonna do? We know the properties of iron, that it's a metal, so it will be attracted by a magnet. So what we're gonna do, we will just bring a magnet near to that mixture and we will see that all the iron will start getting stick to it, okay? For you to understand, let's watch a short video on this. So over here, see that this girl, she just poured, okay, a small amount of salt, okay? And then she mixed some iron fillings, okay? And she mixed together, okay? So she just created a mixture of iron and salt, okay, over here. And once she mixed it, see what she gonna do. She will separate iron from the salt by using a magnet, okay? And okay, so here it is. So can you see a mixture of salt and iron filling? So over here, just see when she will bring. Okay, so when she will bring, did you saw that magnet near to that mixture, all the iron fillings, they just get packed to it, okay? So this is called as magnetizing, okay? The technique is called as magnetizing. Does it make sense? Thumbs up from everyone. Okay, now the next technique is the easiest one. I'm sure that all of you know about filtration, one of the easiest techniques to separate. Okay, this filtration you may have seen that your mothers have used in when, let's suppose, they want to filtrate water out of rice or peas or something like that. Okay, so exactly, we see that filtration. Have you seen it? Yes, when they separate rice from something like that. Okay, so filtration is an easy technique. Okay, well, commonly what we do, we just use a filter paper. Okay, and if we want to separate, let's suppose, some dirt, or we want to separate solid particles from liquid, we mostly use filter paper. Okay, and what we're gonna do, we just pour a substance from it and it will come down. So should I have, okay, excellent. So easy one, all of you know, thumbs up. So I'm moving on to the next technique, which is decantation. Okay, so decantation is a technique. It's a technique where we separate, okay, two liquids, okay, or you could say liquid mixtures, okay, where we just separate liquid mixtures, okay. But most of the liquid mixtures which we use, there are heterogeneous composition. Well, we could not say a homo composition between them. We will see a hetero composition between them, okay? So we will separate. Let's see how, okay? What we're going to do, what's the technique? Well, there are two techniques. I will show you the easier one and then the one which we use in laboratories, okay? The first one, what happened that when you, let's suppose when you mix oil and water together, okay, so we will see that
the water
settle down because it's a low density, it's a high density liquid, and we will see that oil will be up, okay, because it's a low density liquid, and when they're settled down, okay, we can easily just tap it out, this one, the high density liquid, okay. So let's see how, okay, so over here, if you see this person, he just took two liquids, okay, and he just mixed them together, okay. So see here. Or you can do that experiment at your home, such as oil and water. Just take oil and water, mix it like that, and you will see, just let them settle for a few minutes, okay? And once you do it, see here, once he just mixed, okay, and you will see that a high density liquid, which was water, it will settle down, and the lower density will be up. Okay, now what he gonna do? He will bring another glass, okay, and he will just pour that out, okay. So once you pour that out, this is called as decanting, okay, decantation. This is a technique called decantation. You just separated one liquid from other, okay. So this technique is decantation. This thing you can perform at your home, but in laboratories, yes, we use fancy objects over here. So let's suppose this one, okay. Okay, this one, okay, separating funnel, okay, over here, we're gonna mix two liquids over here, okay, benzene and water mixture, okay, so benzene and water mixture, he is just putting them inside, okay, and then after for some time, he gonna let them settle, okay. So if you see over here, can you see that high density, it just settled down, and the low density one, it became up, and then he gonna close it, okay. What's next? Okay, let them set, and you will see the difference, okay. Okay, two parts, okay, two parts of the liquid. What we're gonna do next? Okay, we will take separate flasks, and we will just pour out the high density liquid out, okay. So see here, this is how we're gonna do. That's it. Okay, so this is called as decantation, okay? We just separated two, and we're gonna just turn it off, okay? So this is how we're gonna separate two liquids, okay? So this was the third technique which we studied, that was decantation. Any questions so far? Okay, so our next technique is centrifugation, okay? Well, centrifugation, maybe it sounds fancy to you guys, but centrifugation is a technique where we separate things, where we separate liquids, where we separate the mixture, solute, or solvents inside the mixture, inside the solution, by rotating, okay, by rotating them at high speeds, okay. When we rotate them, what will happen? Again, high density things gonna settle down, and low density will be up, okay. So this technique is called as centrifugation. Well, in laboratories, we use them to separate different components of blood, okay. Well, the machine which we use, it look like this. In laboratories, maybe when you go to universities, the people who are going to choose chemistry related or medical related fields, they're going to see it. But the easiest version of it, which I'm going to show you so that you get a concept clear on that, it is here. Okay, let's suppose over here, this person, okay, he has some test tubes, and he have two solutions. One is muddy water, and the other one is a lime water solution. So what we're going to do, that he will just pour this one, okay, this one in these tubes, and please see it carefully. Okay, and then he will just pack them, and he will place it here, and same. And then he will just pour the other one inside it, and he will do the same thing, pack them and arrange them here. Okay, remember that in centrifugation, it's important that you keep the tubes balanced. Let's suppose if you have a tube here, you must have a tube on the opposite. Now he will make them rotate, okay? Yes, it should be balanced, okay? Opposite, should be a tube on the opposite side of it, okay? Yes, okay? If you don't have mixture, you can just put water inside it. That's it. Okay, so now he rotated, see what happened. He will bring out that muddy water, and can you see that these things are separated? The mud is settled down and the water is here, okay? So this is how we separate through centrifugation, okay? And the other one too. Okay, let's see. Yes, so over here, the white thing, okay? It settled down and the water remains up. Excellent. So this is called a centrifugation, okay, by speeding up the things, okay. Well, how it happens in our laboratories, I will just upload a video, go and check it out, okay, so that you could get an idea. So far we have studied the technique of magnetizing, filtration, decantation, and chromatography, okay. The next technique which we're going to study, it is crystallization. What's the technique? It is crystallization, okay. Crystallization is a technique technique, okay, which is related to our solution category. Remember I talked about saturated, supersaturated, and saturated solutions? Okay, let's have a minute and have a quick quiz with everyone. Okay, please do tell me what is supersaturated. Okay, what is saturated, Jerry? Good job. Okay, and what is unsaturated? Good job. Okay, so unsaturated solution is a solution which have capacity to dissolve more solute in it. Saturated solution is a solution with just show red light. It do not have capacity. The thing's gonna settle down. Okay, and supersaturated is that when we just exactly when we provide the heat, increase the temperature, and the things or the solute gonna dissolve it. Excellent. Okay, so this type of solution is called a supersaturated solution. Now in crystallization, what happened that we will create a supersaturated solution, okay, of water or an impure solid or any solid. Okay, we will just create it, and then what we will do that once it becomes a supersaturated solution, we will let it cool down. Once we let it cool down, what will happen that we will see that once the temperature become normal again, you will see that a solid crystal is gonna form here. Okay, so this process is called as crystallization. Now to make things more clear, again we're gonna watch a video. Okay, so over here is the example. Okay, so what we did, okay, this person, he just took a saturated solution of copper sulfate. Okay, so what they did, they created a saturated solution. So this means this blue color is already saturated. It said no, I cannot dissolve anymore. Okay, I'm saturated. I do not have any capacity, okay, to dissolve more. Okay, and then we have some copper sulfate here, and we have a thread. Now see what this person gonna do. So what they will do that they will just turn on, okay, this Bunsen burner. Okay, this is a special type of burner which you will see in laboratories. Okay, to increase the temperature to provide the heat. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we will just this person, okay, can you see, light up the spirit lamp. Okay, and he put that saturated copper sulfate solution on a burner, okay, to heat the mixture. Now what he gonna do, he will add copper sulfate. Okay, so okay, can you see, he's adding and the thing's gonna dissolve. Okay, and he will stop until the where it will not dissolve anymore. Okay, and then what we're gonna do, okay, he just took a pencil and just roll a thread on it, and then he will pour that copper sulfate solution here and let it cool. Okay, now you will see the magic. Okay, so once this happen, okay, we will cool down it and leave the glass aside, okay, for a few days, let it cool. Okay, down. Okay, so you're gonna cool down and see here. So wow, can you see? So these are the crystals which I'm talking about. So these are the copper sulfate crystals. Okay, so can you see this is another technique to separate copper sulfate solution from, copper sulfate crystals. Okay, so this was another technique. Okay, excellent. So this is the thing. Yes, we can only do this thing with saturated ones. Excellent job. Yes, so this is a thing that we're gonna do it. Any questions? No? So this is a crystallization processes. Okay, so can you see that we can separate the mixtures, we can separate solutions through different techniques. The first one was filtration, decantation, crystallization, chromatography, and what? Magnetizing. Excellent. Now one is left. The one is chromatography, and the other one is distillation. Okay, detailed topics. So I will take the quiz of these things first, and then we're gonna start the next one. Are you guys ready? Any questions so far? Yes, please. So if I'm not wrong that you're asking that why did they use the word salt in copper salt? Okay, so remember, salt is not just sodium chloride. There are different types of salt which you will study when you will go to your 11 and year 12. Okay, well, copper sulfate is one of that salt. Okay, remember, copper sulfate is one of the salt. Remember guys, that sodium chloride is not the only salt which you know. Okay, there are different types of salts which are present in the world. Okay, so now let's